Hey, Mike, this is Gerhard from Sustainable Land Solutions. How are you?
Good, good. How you doing? What's up?
Very well. Okay, so I am all electric. Um, I have a big focus on uh, natives and everything. So second year in, electric is expensive. It's a little bit takes a little bit longer to scale. Next year, I'm looking to hire my first full timer, pretty much to do the recurring work, the mowing. Here's my biggest thing. I'm going to be 31 on Thursday, and I'm starting to get burnt out from being in this industry for a while. Uh, and going into next year, I'm looking for someone to take care of the recurring. Well, I mainly focus on the installs, the bigger ticket things. So I'm not always in the field, but I do have my focus is to build a business. So
How
I
many
want to
how
have
many
give
employees do
someone
you have right
a
now?
job.
I missed that part. I apologize.
It's just me. I'm solo.
Got it.
I get people for bigger jobs like one-off things,
Hmm.
but I am getting burnt out. And the thing is, electric is a little bit higher of a cost barrier. I get that, but doing everything is a lot on me, and I'm looking to hire someone to do the recurring so that there's always money to pay them, and then pretty much next year focus on the one-off bigger ticket so I'm not always in the field and can handle all of my expenses. Do you think that that would set kind of low morale if I have someone working more than me, uh, being the owner?
I think there's a false assumption here. Give me a second. So, um, why do you think that it'll be less work if you're doing big projects versus out in the field mowing?
So if I do, three installs in a week,
Hmm.
that would be 3 days, as opposed to someone else in the field working full time, 5 days a week or 40 hours, however that, plays out throughout the week. Whereas I'm working, 24 or so. But on the other end, I'm doing all the office, all the estimates, all the admin work.
Hmm. Yeah, so I think this really comes down to something that I talk about a lot, and that is what type of stress do you want, right? Right now, you've been in physical stress for a very long time because you're in that 0 to 200,000 annual revenue level, right? And so you have a lot of physical stress. You're out in the
Yeah.
field working a lot. And so what everyone does in the stage, just be careful of this. I'm not saying this is the right or wrong answer. I'm just saying that I see this all the time. People are like, oh, I'm physically stressed. I need to grow so that way I can get out of physical stress. So they get past 200,000 annual revenue. They get a couple employees. They get to 250, 300, 400,000 annual revenue. And what they start to realize is the physical stress becomes financial stress because they're not making a single dollar more at 400,000 in annual revenue than they were at 150 and 160,000 annual revenue when they're working by themselves. So the physical stress just becomes financial stress. And those 3 days that you're working out in the field become 6 and 7 days because you're trying to make up for the massive amount more overhead you have in having more employees. And so I would just be very deliberate about the fact of, do you actually want that stress? It's not Stress is not going to get less. You're not going to get burnt out less by growing your business. I can guarantee you that. It's simply going to transfer the type of stress from being physical stress, which is on your body, versus your pocketbook. And the only way that you can somewhat alleviate that is before you do that, raise your prices significantly so that there's less financial pressure. But there's going to be more pressure and stress, just not in the physical side if you're going to go down that route.